the Wizard Hole in New York City. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a couple weeks, but we're back now, and we're going to be playing weekly again. Thank God. I missed this so much. Christmas and the holidays are a motherfucker, aren't they? Anyway, before we get into the recap and do all that, let's go around and introduce everybody.
Hey, I'm Tyler, and I play Lance Olate.
I'm Lily, and I play Bobby Babiano.
What's up? I'm Bryce, and I play Galahad.
I'm Crystal, and I play Bug.
My name is Alec, and tonight I'm Lexicon John.
I'm Magnus. I'm playing Leon Lies Montana.
And I'm Peter Schmidt, and I'm just a lowly old DM. In case you missed the last episode, it was really like the second part of 2 episodes. A few things happened, so let's recap that really quick. Raise your hand if you're a part of Z-Team. But Lexicon John wasn't part of this one, so put your goddamn hand down. So once again, Z-Team, hands up. So Z-Team, you guys raided a building run by Nu-Cambridge Analytica for Russo Corp, a Russian mob organization. Doing that, you stole a bunch of data from a company that basically specializes in data collection, which is a big no-no. Now, a member of A-Team, who's not here tonight, but raise your hand if you're part of A-Team.
Yeah!
A-Team's got the spirit. So a member of we had a quick audio, had to do a quick audio edit, but now back to the recap. So, A-Team was hired to track down who the perpetrators of this attack on a Nu-Cambridge Analytica site were. They had the identities of Todd and Bobby because both of them don't even bother to cover their tracks, but they couldn't figure out who the masked gentleman Lance was or who Lies was. They just couldn't figure them out because you were paranoid, Lies, and you're good at covering your tracks. Lance, you wore a helmet that concealed your face, which is a genius move of not being detected, I guess.
Lance gets picked on a lot for being big, but I tell you, bigger is better.
Yeah, it worked out for you in this case, I guess.
They couldn't see me because I was so big.
Every height contest you've attempted to have so far on stream. Third's the charm, hopefully.
Third, well, fuck.
So from there, A-Team went on a series of missions trying to basically track down who the hacker was, this hacker being Lies, and who the gunman was, this person being Lance. Of course, Galahad over here knew who Lance was already because they're contacts with each other, and Galahad was giving Lance a heads up, but I don't think Lance understood what was happening.
Oh, my buddy's dumb as bricks. Sorry to say.
Well, Gail, I know you're just Josh, and you're always saying stuff like that.
Yeah, I love the hell out of you, bud.
Yeah, wait, didn't you also you sent me a gun? That was nice.
Yeah, now we all got guns.
And Z-Team, meanwhile, Z-Team had no idea this was happening the whole time, except Lance, who was being on phone with Galahad on stream a couple of different times. So this all culminated in Russo Corp making an offer to Nu-Cambridge Analytica that if they assisted in a mission, they would give the location of the hacker, which would also have the location of the gunman over here.
I am shocked and amazed that he would do something like that.
Yeah, that the Russos somehow wouldn't just be upstanding as all hell.
Yeah.
What Z-Team pulled out of Nu-Cambridge Analytica was prisoner identification numbers. They used those numbers to initiate prison transfers. I totally brain farted. I know what's happening. I don't know. This whole new setup's got me screwed. I'm looking the wrong way. Those
It's all new.
They use those prisoner transferred. Oh my god. They use those prisoner. Let me get more tequila. It's good when the recap takes like 5 minutes.
Tequila's brain food.
Yeah.
Good evening, Rake.
So Z-Team used those prisoner numbers to initiate a transfer that resulted in a caravan being sent from Albany down to New York City. But that caravan needed more than one person to stop it. So A-Team was hired to stop the bulk of the caravan, while Z-Team actually stopped the main correctional vehicle and apprehended the people that Russo Corp wanted out of prison. Now, of course, this meant they were right next to each other. It meant that the moment that A-Team finished blocking most of the caravan, they were given the location of Lies, which meant that Galahad, not wanting his friends to get hurt, started running over to where the Z-Team was, only, a couple miles away. Meanwhile, that left Bug over here to put Pilgrim, who had taken a big old power nap and is still power napping as of this episode, and pile Pilgrim into the back of a van by themselves when Pilgrim's 300 pounds and you're a child.
Stupid
boy, child.
boy. Can't handle no kind of responsibility.
Now, this interaction resulted in Galahad getting doused in gasoline as
you.
Galahad and Lance decided to, as Lance and Lexicon over here started setting fire to stuff in order to make a distraction. I don't know why. It was
I
just let's
burn what
everything
I
up.
want.
Steel Skull Jack
Burn
Hennessy.
the evidence, my friend. Burn the evidence.
Yeah, I guess. Make a big bonfire so other
I was
people can
just
track you
cold.
down.
As if the explosions wouldn't.
I don't know why I got covered in gasoline.
Well, you got
I
covered in
figured-
gasoline because Lance was throwing it everywhere.
Yeah,
and
you
you
seemed
failed
like
a luck
that
roll.
was gonna be a real fun prank, just dousing me like what we used to do with hoses, just when we were messing around. But
Putting out fires with
Well-
gasoline.
Either way, Bug arrived and Bug started chasing after Lies. Lies said, "Please give me cover." At which point, Bobby Bobbiano went to flirting with Steel Skull Jack Hennessy, the Russo Corp contact who drove you to location in his ex-ball and chains RV. Lexicon John, you went back to setting the forest on fire because you were bored. Lance, you started getting into you started roughhousing with Galahad to stop him from going, which left you two, who have no athletic skill, power walking after each other as the police showed up and attempted to arrest everybody. That police altercation led to the deaths of Lance, Lexicon John, Steel Skull Jack Hennessy, as well as Dang Rusty, one of the people that you were trying to retrieve. But a stranger, who you might know if you watched the prologue, stepped out of the forest and, seeming to die, but then reconstitute themselves, got really upset on seeing Dang Rusty, the person they were clearly trying to meet, get killed. And suddenly time warped back a little bit. And instead of lounging about willy-nilly setting fires to things and willy-nilly flirting with Steel Skull, you just all got in the van instead of waiting, and you vamoosed out of there. But before you could, the same person who showed up in the middle of the firefight, who reversed time, now was standing out of breath, had run up to the van and asked for a ride. Lexicon John, you were the only person who saw them, but just in your haste, you brought them onto the van, and the van went off right as Galahad ran out through the brush and saw Lance looking out the window, tear off, not giving a care about Galahad. Inside the van, this strange woman had their hand on Dang Rusty, who the Penn Station Maniac is still Hannibal Lectered up with a ball gag and everything. Had a hand on Dang Rusty for maybe, 10 minutes, and then stepped out the back of the car, again, seemed to die from falling out of a moving vehicle, and then was okay and walked off into the distance. So all of this happened in the last several sessions, but that's a recap of basically the entire arc leading up to the big altercation with the police. Now, because nothing was set on fire, because the van went off, the police did not find you, and now that means the members of Z-Team, with Steel Skull Jack Hennessy behind the wheel, are making their way back to New York City. And I want to step into that moment and talk about what you were doing during that 10-minute period, and talk about what happened right after, Lance, you decided to open the door for this woman, even though Bobby Bobbiano and Steel Skull said, no, keep him in the van. Abram Sokolov is going to want to know what's going on. But before we come back to the van, I want to take a step back and rewind 10 minutes back in time, where this woman is still in the van with you. But Galahad, you have just burst out of the bushes. Your best friend has driven off without you. And Bug, you have just packed Pilgrim into this car. And before we come to you, Galahad, Bug, are you going to hop in the car and start driving to where you know Galahad is? Because to be clear, you all remember what happened in this time jump. You all know that, Lexicon John, you know you got killed. Lance, you know you got killed. The rest of you know that the police showed up. So you have an idea of where you'll find Galahad. So first things first, Bug, back at the site where you stopped the A-team part of the caravan. What do you do now that Pilgrim's in the back of this van power napping?
Guess I have to pick up this idiot.
You've already gotten him in the van, just to clear things.
No,
the other idiot. This idiot.
I
That
forgot,
idiot.
man. I'm
My
sorry.
I mean,
fucking
they're
ass.
both idiots, but I gotta get this one now.
I forgot
Yeah.
there's more than one idiot. My bad, everybody.
Yeah, you
Excuse
take
you.
that back.
So you're gonna hop in that vehicle and putter on to get Galahad.
Yeah.
Do you assume he's further up the road where you saw him last time, covered in burrs with one of his spurs knocked off?
My burrs. And my spurs.
If he has any inkling of intelligence, yes, he would be further ahead. But who knows?
Well, the bridge was down, so
Look, I've been running after my pal, my heart, it broke.
So your car putters along the road.
Excuse me, my engineering skills are great. The car is
Okay,
not
your
fine.
car purrs up the road.
Thank you.
In what state do you find Galahad? Galahad, what are you doing when the van starts reeling up next to you?
I'm covering my eyes with my hat as a single tear streaks down my face, thinking about how I've been abandoned by all that have loved me, and that I don't even know what to look forward to anymore. Now,
In
what?
the van!
Oh, all right.
So you get into the van. Only problem is that the road is blocked by.
Any clearance at all?
You could try to gun it if you think you're. I mean, you're a teenager with a car that's not yours. So.
Yeah, we're gonna gun it.
Okay.
Bug, I don't give a shit about anything anymore. Hit it as hard as you need.
All right.
All right. Give me a drive plus I guess finesse. Because intuition would be if you're gonna try to be careful about it. Finesse if you're gonna gun it. But I think you're gonna gun it. Is that right?
Oh, I mean, who do you think I am?
Yeah,
Let's-
I think I know who you are.
Let's Dukes of Hazzard all this.
Oh wait, but I got like 2 minuses. So
Yep,
this is gonna go
you are
really
both
good.
deeply
I got
injured.
1 hit.
You got 1 hit. Okay, so excuse me. You reverse the car a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of room
Yeah.
to speed up, right?
Yeah, that's
You
smart.
rev the engine a little bit in neutral, just so
Yeah.
everyone knows what's going on. Galahad, you say anything? Are you in the front seat?
Just fucking gun it, man. I'm done with this life.
The tires screech, the van pushes forward, and then slams hard into
Yeah!
the bridge, and just stops flat in its truck. Can I get a soak test from everybody
Shit, I'm gonna die.
in the vehicle real quick?
Yeah, on my body or my head?
Just soak, but don't take any negatives on soak.
All right.
You all hit the goddamn.
2 hits.
You got 2 hits. All right.
Yeah. 4 hits.
You got 4 hits. All right. Bug, I'm gonna give you 1 physical damage as your head clacks against the steering wheel.
Can I get a pencil?
Yeah. Here you go.
Thank you.
Galahad, your seatbelt is tightly fastened, and you had one of those like a teenager's driving, holding onto a handrail or something, and you pull yourself back and don't get injured. You do hear a wham in the back of the van as Pilgrim, who was unsecured entirely, flies forward and rams into the top of the van, and then wheels back. Luckily, Pilgrim's in a power nap right here. When you
It's fine. He's made of just like muscle. It all got absorbed. I think that's how that works.
yeah,
if
it
they're
bounces back a little
Yeah,
bit.
if they're
I don't give a
floppy,
damn about any of this
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly. If you just like relax, the falls don't hurt as much.
I guess, and being in a super power nap. I mean, when you go in the back and check, they're just still sleeping. Their snores got a little
It's
louder.
crazy that you assumed we would check.
Sorry, I'm sorry. If you were to check, but
I'm
presumably
feeling
won't.
melancholic.
Yeah,
and
so you just sit.
I just sit and think.
So, Bug,
What do you think?
you're not. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, what are you thinking about? Can we go?
I'm
into
thinking
the
about
thoughts of,
partners. I'm thinking about loyalty. I'm thinking about fealty. I'm thinking about seeing everyone that I love abandon me in every way, shape, and form.
Well, you
what
know what's,
leaves
like,
me
the one thing in
cold and
common about
dry,
that?
like a
About all the people
saguaro
abandoning me?
without prickles
you.
anymore. A man without a home and without any sort of star to lead him the right way anymore. It's literally heartbreaking. It's like a 10-gallon hat with only 2 gallons of water in it. There's nothing to be pleased about. There's nothing to look forward to. It's just a long, dusted trail till death on a pale horse.
What's the horse's name?
Scuttles.
You fucked that up.
Ruined it.
Okay.
till after.
Yeah, I ruined it completely. Let's go
Fucking
back to the
ruined
normal
it.
music. So while you're thinking all this, Bug, you're over here, passed out. A little bit of blood in your
I'm not
vision. and
passed
you said,
out.
You,
I'm
you
still
got
here.
from the concussion of the impact. You're knocked out for a little
No,
bit
you're
while
not.
he sits with his
I got 1 hit.
Look, we're just trying to move the story along sometimes, and so sometimes for narrative convenience, people get knocked out when it's not gameplay
Also,
wise.
dumbass teenagers don't wear their seatbelts while driving, and this should
Yeah,
teach you a
God,
fucking
Bob,
lesson.
there's no seatbelt. There's hardly seats.
I don't know. I seem to do fine in the crash, so you talk about your own damn self, fucking child.
So you come back to Bug as you start to hear the overhead whirring of chopper noises.
hear the
And
cum.
you find that in
God.
your UI, you have a bunch of messages popping up, messages popping up, and they're all like, yo, this is Albedo trying to get in touch with Bug. I see a helicopter down there pinging your location, but just want to make sure you're not in the back. It looks crashed. Are you driving or what? We're overhead.
I'm driving. I'm fine. The hacker's in the van. The other van.
Oh yeah, we figured like we got a helicopter moving up on them right now. We figured we'd pick you guys up so that you don't get like, you know, like you're in a crash van in front of a bridge that's stolen. Like, you know,
that's
it's
a good idea.
nice thing to do.
Yeah,
we
that
figured.
is a nice thing to do.
Yeah, so it got me thinking about how like in that the Genesis game, Maximum Carnage, they actually ripped a bunch of like famous songs from other like heavy metal bands, but because nobody was caring about rights at the time, the helicopter starts landing. They were able to get away with it. So it's often on like top 10 best like Genesis soundtracks, but yet for whatever reason, no one ever sued anybody in it. And as the helicopter lands, he steps out, still hand in his ear, saying, yeah, but it was pretty cool. That was the first video game version of Venom. Hey, are you guys gonna get out of the van and get in the helicopter, or like what?
Sure. Yeah. Are you done talking about your grandpa games?
I mean, I keep talking. Just get in the van. Get in the helicopter. We'll go.
Okay. Well, Pilgrim's knocked out.
Yeah, you can get him in. That's fine.
I leave that to you. Goodbye. And I get in the helicopter.
I pull out Pilgrim. Feel bird, spurred, and spurned by all that love me.
So does that mean you hold Pilgrim in like a funny way or something?
Well, yeah, it's like we're waltzing under the Friday night lights.
Oh,
Feeling
like
a little,
dancing toward?
yeah, we're just having a little twirl, waiting underneath the pale moonlight and the twirling of the blades above me. It's a little poetic, but if I weren't so sad, maybe I'd see the beauty in it.
The gentle raindrops falling on the sea.
It's a little poetic, but only a little.
The new technology I just bought fell on the ground because my dog's sniffing. All right, so you waltz over with Pilgrim and you wander into the back of this. If you remember, this very nice helicopter. It's for CEOs and stuff. Schema, with her form-fitting but geometric clothing, her tight bob, her helicopter seat is wheeled around completely to look at you. And as you come in, Bug, they say, "I don't approve of stealing a easily trackable police vehicle on an operation when you're."
It got blown up. It's fine. The computer's gone. I killed the hacker.
And then,
so it's not trackable.
As you waltz in, she goes, that makes up for it. And then wheels back and says, you could learn a little bit from your knightly friend over here. I'm just saying.
What are you talking about? I'm the one that hacked it.
Look,
I killed the hacker.
I'm in a good mood because my FaceTime
Who
date with
killed
Ron.
The hacker other than the other hacker?
My FaceTime date with Ron went very well,
I'm
and it
happy
has me
for
feeling
you,
a
but
little
I want credit
authoritative
for
over it.
this.
Look,
yeah, we're all happy for everyone here. Everything's just fucking peachy. Everyone's doing great.
And professional too. You could learn a lot from this young man.
I did that. I blew up the van. Whatever.
Bug, I got a little bit of advice for you.
Shut up.
You
no
gotta.
one loves you. Neither does your mom.
Well, now I'm just plumb suckered and feeling
Yeah,
sad
fuck
again.
you, dude. My mom loves me, so what are you doing wrong?
I'm
Well-
gonna jump out of this damn fucking helicopter
Well-
and end it all right now. I'm left
Just-
behind by everyone in the world.
I'm glad everyone's mood is going great because you didn't manage to apprehend the hacker. So of course I won't be paying you the extra money. Consider this pick up the the niceties of you even taking the mission. Albedo, we can meet up with the B team chopper, catch up with this van and see if these two are worth anything and their sleeping friend.
Tracked him.
It's really sleeping.
Should get
Looks like he's
something.
got a
He's
bruise.
really fucking out.
Bleeding internally, clearly.
That's all right.
Yeah,
We're all
it'll be
bleeding
fine.
internally
Shut
in
up.
different ways. Hey, I'm going through a lot right now.
No one cares.
I care.
I'm
Y'all
so
should care.
Sorry to hear that.
The helicopter starts taking off, and Albedo puts on a playlist of top 10 times Batman actually killed somebody, even though that's against the Batman lore.
Is this a podcast or?
It's like a
Like a
YouTube, but
YouTube?
they have it. You can see that their
It's a
YouTube is
smodcast.
open in the corner because they didn't pay for premium, so like they can't close it or the audio will stop. But it's playing through the aux cable of this helicopter.
Right.
Technology's really skyrocketed forward in the last 50 years.
If Lance was here, he'd care.
Now,
but he's not.
in this
Would
moment,
because he kind of like fought you earlier in that weird. I don't know what happened, but
It's
now-
the lovers'
did kick
quarrel.
your ass. Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's just what happens between friends.
Gross.
in this moment of, yeah, I kind of want to zoom in the cameras It's fine. In this,
thinking that as well.
yeah, okay, let's do it. We're gonna take a moment and pause these. We're gonna zoom these
Get
cameras
that
in.
menu off the screen,
All right.
please.
You're gonna do it like real tight.
Give us a
right
second.
here, right? Is that what you're trying to do? Just like
Yeah, we're just gonna fix
my
these
face,
cameras
the whole
real quick.
frame.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Rather intimate, I think.
Oh,
Bobby,
it is
I don't-
intimate. It's funny that on your camera there is another chair that Tyler just wants to be close to everybody, and that's very, very sweet.
Or you just had a
Works
really.
better for camera.
It does. It
Close
works
yet
really well for
far,
camera.
my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Close
love that
yet
we could see the
far.
piss in the background of the other thing too. Okay, great. All right.
I'm really sorry to be the wall
Yeah,
that's
just-
separating you right now.
All right, excellent.
You're not the only one.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Back into the game. So before we're about to go back to the van, but before that, from your interaction with the prisoner, when you wake up, Bug, you find that you have you've become somewhat more adept at driving. I want to give yourself a point in driving. We're gonna give yourself a point in athletics and take a point in a sensing, because touching really close to the psychic vacuum that is this prisoner who warped time. The skills you used recently are boosted.
What's drive athletics? and
Drive
what?
athletics and a sensing down here. Now Galahad, seeing that, and that's because of course Bug was on business, running after a hacker who wasn't fast, but Bug wasn't fast enough, and driving a car. Over here, Galahad, who was just very emotional. Galahad, I'm gonna give you 2 points in empathy, and then can you take a point in a sensing, please? This empathy, you've learned a little bit more around people. You've learned a little bit more about the people around you. Now, empathy is kind of fun because it can be used in a way that's like, I want to know what people are thinking so I can manipulate them. Or it's like, I feel sad and I want to be in touch with my feelings. Yours is wholly the second one. You're not better at knowing what other people are thinking, but yeah.
Who really knows what anyone's thinking? I'm a morose, black-hatted cowboy now.
Are you wearing your black cowboy hat?
Yeah, I'm wearing the tactical, not vision version.
Night
Cowboy.
vision
Night
or night
vision?
version?
Not what I say.
Okay, vision. You said vision.
Not vision
And
version.
unfortunately, Pilgrim isn't here today, but Pilgrim's thing they would have learned, being a magic user, would have genuinely been a power called Power Nap, which would have let them take a 20-minute nap and roll a heal check to heal physical wounds, which is actually shockingly powerful in this game. So when Pilgrim comes back, Pilgrim will be able to hashtag Power Nap. And now let's move back to the van. So during this whole process of you getting picked up, the van has traveled these 10 minutes. Lance, you're standing, your hand on the open door in the back of the van. The prisoner has stepped out, hit the pavement, clearly broken all their bones, and then didn't and wandered off into the bushes. Steel Skull is going, now, Lance, what are you doing that for? I just said that we're gonna bring this weird freako back to Abram, and then you open the door? I don't know what that's about, man. And then he pumps his arms, and you hear a honking noise come out of them. He goes, this is out of anger, my friend. This is out of anger. You might be a shrimp, but I didn't take you to be also somebody who just goes about doing whatever they want.
You are supposed to just drive the car, and you're supposed to leave me alone, and I'm taking your bed.
This is my ex ball and chains
Oh,
RV.
I'm
You
gonna
will
go.
not talk to
I'm
me that way.
I'm
in
gonna go
my-
roll around in it. I'm gonna keep my shoes on,
This is
and I'm gonna roll
unacceptable.
around all the covers.
Oh my God! Can anyone else take this wheel? Because I'm hooting and hollering over there till I smack you right between the cheeks, my friend.
Yeah, which cheeks?
Wait, you know, you pick. It's dealer's choice, my friend.
Well, I've been doing squats all day, and my glutes are up for it.
Well, my fucking arms are piston powered.
Yeah?
buddy,
You
so
gonna
your
smack 'em?
glutes aren't gonna even.
They're gonna be
matter.
fine.
Oh,
Yeah, you're not even gonna leave a red mark.
I'm gonna stick my piston so far up your butt, you're not even gonna know what happened. Somebody take the wheel. Somebody. When nobody offers, I guess, to take the wheel.
I
I'm
prefer
enjoying the
having his
show, I
hands
think.
on that bloody wheel than like wildly flailing around in a small RV.
All right, so you're the only one I think that has driving skill wise,
Yeah.
and you made the tactical decision not to let him go beat up Lance over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm born and raised in New York City. I've never driven in my life.
Right. What about you, Lexicon John?
As you know, I'm a big fan of Mr. Steel Skull, so I'm just watching the show. I think he's quite a hero to me.
You're up front. Are you still doing your music thing where you're just banding up and down the AM radio?
It sounds fucking fire, my friend. Yes.
It did last time, and it fucking does now. That's right. Well, Steel Skull, after a little bit, says, "Yeah, that's right. I think I won that exchange." Looking in the rearview mirror, and puts both hands on the wheel, but is clearly not watching the road at all. You hit a guardrail a couple times, goes, "Oh, whoops," and then keeps going.
So basically, his usual driving.
Yeah. I think last time he was driving like this because he was talking about donuts. I don't remember, but either way,
No,
now
it was,
it's
it was,
because he's
it
mad.
was to do with what the I think it was the donuts in the nearby town, wasn't it?
Apple cider donuts. Red Oak's famous for it.
Yeah.
If you're Lies, if you're watching any news bandwidth, there are a bunch of reports of cider bandits pillaging Red Hook of their donut supplies with a police-issued shotgun and handgun. They're still trying to track that down. Meanwhile, there was a traffic accident and a bridge that was collapsed on the Taconic Parkway. You guys are, of course, taking I-90 back down. Steel Skull, member of Kill Team 6, he knows how to not take the same road.
I do try and keep a bit of an eye out for like any pursuit and other bullshit.
What kind of pursuit are you looking for?
Well, I look for any electronics, anything in the sky, because it's been very sky.
Are you hot? That's true.
Man's looking in the sky.
Are you hot sim, cold sim, or are you just AR display?
I'm probably cold sim.
All right, so you're in that moment. Are you using an eye drone to look around, or are you basically just
I've
using?
got my eye drone up as well.
So your eye drone, it can't really keep up with the car, but I guess it could keep an eye on what's around you physically.
Yeah,
And
it's got better eyesight than I do.
That's true. But it just couldn't follow the vehicle. So otherwise, what are you doing? You're just using like you're just looking for Wi-Fi signals and things that are tracking around you. Okay, great. Could I get logic, software, plus data processing then? As you're looking around. Lance, what do you do after you maybe got the better of Steel Skull? I don't know. It's like arguing with the dad. Like, who won, really?
And frankly, also, if I see any police helicopters about, I'm fucking scared.
Right. You're good for that. Watch out putting that on the table. Try to put it back in the... No problem.
Beware the table.
Beware the table.
Having gotten the better of that one, and also being a little sad that no one would take the wheel so that I could show off that he wouldn't even leave a mark on the cheeks. I guess I'm gonna.
You start zipping your pants back up.
Yeah. And then I guess I'm gonna go lay in his bed with my shoes on.
Damn. Well, so you lay in the bed. The finger licker's already by the bed. It's barrel smoking.
Yeah.
And do you pull the privacy curtain around you?
I do, but like there's a crack.
Uh-huh.
So like if he looks, he can see, but it's like a sort like he can.
What can he see? Can he see your face or your shoes?
He just sees the shoes.
Damn. Do you kick him a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Give me performance plus intuition over here, just to really get under his skin. Bobby, what are you doing during this period? Where are you in the RV? Because you're in the front seat. Magnus, you're just in the back, I guess, somewhere.
Yeah. Performance plus what?
Plus intuition to try to get in his head.
I think at this point, I've got into his fridge. There's a lot of half-drank beers in there. So
there were already a lot before.
Yeah. So I'm polishing those off. Double fisting some donuts and some beers. There's like some cigarettes in there. I'm having a great time, just looking out the window.
So you're just having a nice time.
Sights. Yeah, I'm just vibing.
How did
Bobby's
your flirting
vibing.
go with Steel Skull? Do you think? We kind of dropped that one, but like you definitely planted a few seeds.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of these. I do love how worked up he's getting. I mean, testosterone. God bless it. So, I think I'm waiting for my move when all these schmucks are out of here and I can, go in for the kill.
Yeah, can I get a empathy plus charm for the way you might, like, sidelong glance, or at least for the totality of all the interactions, such as famously in the last session when you said, and this was as immediately after Lies goes, somebody have my back, I'm getting out of here. You said, I turn to Steel Skull Jack Hennessy and I say, what about we dump off these schmucks and go get a hotel room? In direct response to Lies.
I love how my team has my back every time.
So what'd you roll? Let's see how well
I got 2 hits on my flirting.
All right, let me roll back for Steel Skull. Steel Skull got 2 hits. I think that means you guys are deeply on the same page. He put his data pad down for a second. He goes, well, if my power piston arms are detecting something, it's not the only thing that's hydraulically lifting right now, if you know what I mean.
Yikes. Yeah. So I think maybe at some point on this ride, when these two, he's done flirting with this large fella here, I kind of go up and just sort of breathe on his neck a little bit. And then when he turns around, I'm nowhere to be found.
He definitely, after getting into the argument with Child Lance over here, definitely like turned the rearview mirror to you a little bit, gave a little like roguish grin, and then turned it back and been like, "Get those shoes off my bed, goddammit! What are you doing? That's my ex-wife's bed and my bed currently."
I slowly am kicking off one shoe, and now doing one shoe off with my sock.
You roll your toes in my sheets, so God.
I take off the other shoe and both socks, and now I'm like needling it with just the insides of my toes, like sort of like picking up the fabric and then letting it go, and then picking up the fabric and
Hear
letting
the
it go.
crackle of the piston-powered arms breaking the hard plastic of the steering wheel, and you see the clenched teeth, steam billowing out like a cartoon from the 20s as he's just so pissed right now. It's Yosemite Sam over here, furious and red. You're reminded of your friend Galahad, who you totally abandoned.
Whoops.
And what did you get on that test before? You got 4. Okay, so you're definitely detecting ground. Let me do a quick test back at you. Okay, cool. Lexicon John. Thank you for that.
Yes, I'm playing with the radio, I think.
Are you're just having a good time over here. Oh God.
I called shotgun and I'll use it while I can.
So I want to go around and also award all of you, from touching the other side, the advantage you all gained just from being around the prisoner, whether you realize it or not. Gameplay wise, I'll start with you, Lexicon John. So all of you, first off, get 1 in a sensing. So add that. So a sensing, if you don't know, is the perception test for detecting if somebody is psychic or psychic energy. You can use it on a person to see if they are psychic. You can use it in an area to see if it like manifests psychic energy well and uses that to an advantage, or if it manifests it badly. It's generally to understand anything within the collective unconscious. So then, over here, Lexicon John. Now, last session, during all of this, your obsession was in fire. You bathed in the fire of the police car flipping over, and you did nothing but laugh as it happened.
I think I spent most of the time baiting the helicopter to gun me down.
Yeah, but in between those moments you were obsessed with, you got bored of 2 different conversations and decided to set more fires. There was a point where Bug, oh my God, showed up. And you had talked about how a child was coming, and you entered the conversation just to say, "A bit old for my taste," to Bug, and then left. So I'm going to say this, focus
My
on
proclivities are specific, yes.
I need you to write this on your test. I'm giving you a +2 to dice roll for anything relating to fire. That means setting fires, that means using a flamethrower, that means using your glue with a lighter in front of it to light someone on fire. If it involves fire, that's Lexicon John's bang. But the other thing I want to give you is a +1 empathy. Now, if you recall, I said there's 2 forms of empathy. Bryce and Galahad has the shitty one. Lexicon, you get the good one over here, which is, of course, seeing what people think to, like, manipulate and trick them to be like, what you want is, of course, not to be set on fire, which I will not oblige you.
Why the hell is there a good or a bad empathy?
There isn't. It's the same stat.
Now,
I
why
just want to
can't we
kick
all
you while
just
you're down.
understand? Yeah, well, that seems to be par for the course with this sorry group of saps.
Yeah,
fucking
you've got
kicking
both
me like a
teams on you
fucking
right now.
broken dog down on the floor with my
Yeah.
ribs showing.
That's
like
a good
I've
way of
been-
putting it.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible.
I love it.
I don't mind. I don't have many skills, but when it comes to back alley crimes, I'm getting better and better. What are you?
wrong
What
button.
did you switch to? By God!
Wrong button. I meant to do this one, and I meant to do it all casually, but I switched to the wrong, horrible Cintiq
you know
shot.
I don't know.
There we go.
You've got the input wrong,
We
my
got
friend.
you got the inside scoop of our Streamlabs OBS playing for just a second, but now we're back to it. Oh my God, it's still the wrong
No,
screen.
no,
You know
no,
what?
no.
I did it again. We're going back.
There we go.
All right, sorry everybody. No view of this cool cartoon
It's
on this
all
one, my
about
friends.
it's all about scenes behind the curtains here.
Yeah, you got to see a bunch of infinite recursive holes. Yep. Okay, we're good now.
We do love a
Don't look at
hole.
my holes.
I feel like I'm in an infinite recursive hole right now.
We all
of
heal
sorrow.
through a hole.
That makes sense.
It's sad. My friend forgot me. My mom, she won't want to talk to me anymore. I got my best friend who's a boy. who also just likes to
Don't
make
call
fun
me
of me
that. I don't
and
want
put
that
me
role.
down. And
I see what happens.
yeah, we could have something real nice. We could have something real special and have a nice bond. We spend so much time together, and yet here I am, still a lonely cowboy.
Yep.
Knight. Excuse me, a knight. I'm a knight. I'm not.
Did someone say something about a cursed hole? Because you got my attention.
No, there's nothing cursed about this.
So
It's just
there's no cursed holes. All right, I'm looking back out the window.
Are you
guys
still
see-
going with
you
this
haven't seen
monologue,
a
or are
tree
you
this
done?
big before?
Just talk to yourself.
Alright,
in
he's
your
done.
heart.
Sorry to continue.
No, I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world. It just means that we're turning the button off because if you're gonna be sad, we're gonna press the button, and if you're not gonna be sad, the
Look,
button's
it's
not
gonna
gonna get
keep
pressed.
happening until my buddy comes back, or until I get my sweet revenge on this little man for making fun of me and putting me into positions
So
that
you
make
were
me.
still gonna be sad. I got it. Okay, so I
Yeah.
should have the music on. All right. So over here, Lance, we were going around the things you got by peering into the other side. Lance, of course, what makes sense? You got your sensing, but what otherwise makes sense is, I think you made a deep, dark enemy this day.
Oh yeah.
And that enemy, of course, is attack helicopters.
But they have so many more guns than me, and
They
they don't even need arms.
I know they have like shitloads of hands with bigger guns than you could ever have. Your finger licker knocked you on your ass. They were shooting miniguns to make your finger licker look like the finger licking, you know?
Well, it took 4 of them, and I still killed 2.
You kind of killed one and you damaged another and then you died like really badly. Much worse than you killed either of the other ones. So if you'll make a note down here, I'm going to give you +2 against helicopters. Anytime you want to attack a helicopter, anytime you want to fuck with a helicopter, anytime you want to
Man,
annoy
I wish
a
I
helicopter.
had that.
Yeah,
Actually,
but-
I don't even need it because I already totally annihilated helicopters on my own.
Yeah, that's fair. You just don't hate them the same way that Lance
No, I
does.
don't.
Think of Lance now as a ranger from D&D, and Lance's favorite enemy is now helicopters. So Lance, that's what you get over here. Now, Lies, you're more complicated because you're psychologically attached to everything that happened. So what I'm going to give to you is your paranoia paid off. All this time of feeling like people are chasing after you, trying to get you, trying to find you, it was
It's
all real the whole time.
It's not paranoia if they're really after you.
And they were really after you. So what I'm going to give you is +1 to your... You take your sensing that you took, but take +1 to perception and take +1 to your stealth. Basically, like, just shoulders up, head down. It's not a flattering, like, aesthetic, but it's a good way to duck into an alleyway and hide in a trash can.
Did he get any better cardio?
No. He's just better at
Nobody
hiding.
wants to search trash cans. I learned that.
That's, there you go. I mean, to be fair, you were the only person that actually effectively hid from the helicopters. Everybody else was being tracked down. Now, Bobby, being the only psychic in the room, you get the most input from being around this person, even though you
Nice.
barely saw them and just ran into the bushes and headed for Red Hook immediately. You got your sensing point, but the other thing
I'm on the board.
the other thing that you get is, if you recall, 0496 would get... I don't like that noise. All right. If you recall, 0496, the prisoner, was shot and killed multiple times and then didn't die. I don't like this noise. All right, hopefully
These are
that's-
probably baked into the recording from
Oh.
previous session.
Thank you. Okay, great. So what you have an ability now is I'm giving you another spell, and it is a
Ooh.
spell called Prediction. And what it basically lets you do is it's a sustained spell that lets you cast it on yourself. So yeah, if you want to put it under sustained, it's target, but it's only for yourself. You touch a target, but you can only touch yourself with it. It is absolutely a psychomancy, not a biohacking. But the way that, and it is going to be force plus, not force, flat force. So the way that it works is if you cast it on yourself, then what happens is if you take any physical interaction, whether that's an attack, whether it's a grab, whether it's damage, you can expend the spell you cast on yourself and negate successes the other person got on the attack to basically make an attack that would hit you miss you. You basically learn just a little bit more.
I can turn it back a little bit.
Yeah, you basically can learn a little bit more how if you get shot in the head, that everyone sees your head explode, but it didn't actually explode.
So you're telling me I'm invincible and there's no consequences to any of my actions anymore?
The only downside
Tight.
is every time. I mean, yes, except every time you cast it, the you have to recast it. The spell disappears. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
sustained, so you use it, then you have to recast it. But basically, yeah, the number of hits you get negate a number of successes on any attack against you when you choose to activate it. And there you go.
Oh, Bobby's gonna clean up at the casino.
Oh my God, that's totally true. Yeah, I said an attack, but I guess like an attack on your wallet is still an attack on Bobby Bobbiano. So if you're in the
You know what?
casino,
I can give two shits about my body, but if you come for my wallet, then I'm coming for you.
people are gonna see you like lose a lot of money and then get a lot of money and just be like, what the fuck just? Oh God, you already.
It'll be very subtle.
You already were in the last session.
Of course, Bobby, don't say that.
You were accused in the last session of cheating, with proof said that you were cheating, and that they needed money from you, and your response was to cancel your credit cards. And your charm was good enough that you convinced the person at the bank that it was all fraud, even though they had a photo of you with a bunch of Carlo Rossi, and they said, this looks just like you, and said, I've never seen that person in my life, how dare you. I
mean,
clipped
did
that
it-
one.
did it work?
It did work.
Yeah.
I clipped it. It'll be online later.
Yeah.
I mean, how many Italian ladies with lots of Carlo Rossi can there be?
Infinite.
A lot.
Yeah.
It's New York City.
You know how many I know?
Yeah.
My
All right.
God.
So you all have your abilities. You're in the helicopter. Steel Skull is still pissed about the feat, but he's not saying anything. He's muttering under his breath like, if you don't say anything, they don't win. If you don't say anything, they don't win. If you don't
Only
say
a
anything,
fool
they
would
don't
be
win."
pissed about feet.
Gee, you know what, Lex? John, you raise a good point, but that's my ex-ball and chains bed you're talking about right now. And I've got feelings that I can't contain in this brass heap of RV. We used to be magic, and now it feels like hell, if I'm being honest.
It's universal to be difficult to contain one's emotion when bare feet are around. I agree, yes.
And that, as you're saying that, is
I'm
when...
reading between the toes, as they say.
Oh, Lexicon John, I feel like you're fucking with me, and I've already vented all my steam. I don't know how much more I can take. That, Magnus, is when you detect a... You detect a signal lock on to the signature of the van. The signal is moving very quickly. It's maybe a mile away and inbound, and will arrive very quickly. Based on the speed, you have to imagine this is, and your eye on the sky, you have to imagine this is some kind of helicopter or something like it, and it's bearing down on your location. You've got maybe a couple minutes before it's on you.
Okay, so I say, guys, I think we got a helicopter after us. I hope it's not the cops. And then I try and hack it.
Okay. Can you give me first things first? Just no. Before you try to hack it. I mean, before I have you do that. Yeah. Give me.
Yeah, and I go hot sim, and I'm going hot sim.
You go hot sim. Okay. So can you give me code breaking, logic, and what is it called? Sleaze.
Did somebody say helicopter?
Yeah. You hear helicopter. You're laying in this bed. What do you do?
I have the finger licker with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna knock out the back window of the RV and point the finger licker out the back of it, looking for this damn big duck.
No, this is the most important part. Your toes, are they still deeply bedded in the... Are you just...
Deeper.
Deeper than ever. So the
For traction.
The RV hits the guardrail again, and he's like, God damn it. But if that gun isn't pretty cool... All right, so a message pops up on in your UI. It's just like a chat message. It slips past your HUD, and it says, we just want to talk, pull the van over, and we won't have to take measures. And they send an ID. They send an ID tag over to you that just with a really quick search, it comes with a link. It pulls up as a helicopter registered to Nu-Cambridge Analytica, not the police.
Yeah.
If you believe it, that is.
Yeah. No, police would act rather differently.
So what are you going to say?
I don't think I've got that kind of pull.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you tell anybody in the car that this is the case?
Looks like Nu-Cambridge Analytica copter wants us to pull over.
I don't care who's in the copter. It's a copter.
Nu-Cambridge Analytica? Steel Skull goes, I don't like this. We're Russo Corp. That's some company. They think they've got stuff on. They're going to have me pull over my wife's husband's old RV? Like that's gonna happen? That's my old RV. If you didn't follow, it's my ex-ball and chain. I just own this RV, and I won't stop for anybody who's into intelligence, unless I'm outvoted, I guess. But I don't think I can be. I'm the captain of this RV. Despite how many toes are in my wife's beautiful old sheets right now.
I heard beautiful wife's toes, yes.
You keep talking about toes, John. I felt like you were into, like, other kind of weird things to be into. I guess you're multifaceted this way.
By the way,
it's all the same when you live in the dark.
At this
Corn
point,
nuggets, I guess.
at this point, I've sort of subtly kicked my high heels off, and I'm sort of flexing my toes in Steel Skull's direction. I'm laying it on pretty thick.
Yeah, Steel Skull keeps veering over to see that's happening. Like, making a look on his face that's complicated. You're not really sure what it is, but it's a rush of emotions that feels interesting to you. And then goes back to the toes where you see plainly the fury as he drives, hitting handrail after handrail.
By the way, I also sent another message going like, though it looks like my employer sold me out, so we could have a chat later.
Your message bounces back to you. You don't have access to any. It doesn't go through anywhere. If you want to try to hack it through, you can.
Try and hack it through.
Okay, give me code breaking, logic, and sleaze again. No, roll against that.
Points.
No, it doesn't. It bounces back at you.
I'll give another go.
No, you get one try and that's it. Just because otherwise we'll be sitting here all day until you roll more than I do.
Yeah.
Okay. So the van keeps going then.
Well, I'm not going to. I'm not telling Steel Skull what to do.
Okay. And you're still looking out for this helicopter, and Bobby, you just want to show them 10 little piggies off. And Lexicon John over here, you're just excited about everything that's happening, I guess.
I'm happy to go home soon. I wouldn't mind being back with my...
You're still like 2-hour drive away from home, but okay.
And yet I'm giddy inside already.
All right, so can you do me a favor? When it starts showing up, can you give me a attack roll for when this comes through? That's just going to be the finger licker. Remember, take none of your smart link bonuses. In fact, I want you to take none of your smart link bonuses and another -4, but that's basically through from the distance, not having it painted, and that you're laying on a bed and are not in a position to fire a gun that's the size of a tank cannon. But of course, take your +2.
I would argue that the mattress gives me some recoil.
I feel like it's recoil downwards, but not sidewards.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
it's
So
likely
it's
to
gonna
knock
be.
you off.
So it's gonna be heavy weapons plus finesse.
Heavy weapons plus finesse, and then I think ultimately just -2, and minus injuries you might have. I don't think you have injuries though.
You're not.
He's not lying.
So
on
what I
his
want you to do
back.
is roll it and then don't tell
So
me.
okay. Well, so I would be rolling normally 12 plus 2 against the helicopter, so it'd be 14. But I'm taking -4, so it's 10.
Yes. Roll it and do not tell me what you rolled, because I want to come back to this humorously in a moment. So let's move back to the other helicopter. How have moods shifted?
So I think I should get paid something because I did track him down, and that's why you have a tail on him.
By tracking him down, you mean that Abram Sokolov, because you did the mission that you were told to do, sent the information to your decks. What do you mean you tracked him down? You just were there.
No, I found him.
In what way did you find him? You found him? Like you saw him on your little ping deck, and then by the time you showed up, it was too late? You never made eye contact with the guy. You
I
never
did,
saw him.
actually.
What do you mean you saw him? You didn't see him.
I
You
did
were
see
nowhere near
him.
him. What are you talking
I
about?
chased him.
What do you mean you chased him? We picked you up in a van that was
I don't
crashed
know,
into a
some weird
bridge.
shit happened. I did chase him at some point. There was, I don't know what happened.
Pilgrim, what
But
are
I
they?
did see him.
Pilgrim's still passed out in the corner.
Pilgrim's
Galahad,
out.
what is going on? What are they? What is?
Was it
I've
so
seen
weird?
some things you just wouldn't believe, okay? I've seen a bunch of shit tonight. I've seen things that break my heart. I've seen my friend ride off away from me without even a look behind his back. I've seen people get torn apart by helicopters. I've seen
That's
fires blazing across the plains. I've seen a little fucker running away, and I've
Yeah,
seen
I
my
was trying to
friends
get our target.
betray me by not even letting me out. That man, that liar, that lies, that piece of shit. I've moved beyond the sad stage of my depression, and now I'm in the bargaining stage.
Can
I
we get
just really
intuition plus
wish
empathy to see
there was
how you're
anything
feeling
I
about it?
could give to get my friend back, because really I would give anything. I wish I could, but
Right, I know he sounds nuts, but there was like a really weird time loop
Yeah,
thing.
what are you talking about this whole time? This
this
seems like
all
this is no
happened.
relationship-
This was all real. I was there. I
I
saw
was at
it.
the van twice.
And first we were there. I ran into my friend. I was covered in gasoline. I saw this little shitter run down the street, and I said,
I did chase him.
Bug. Yeah, Bug did chase him. We were gonna get the fucker, and then Tom started acting silly. Started acting like, sun
Wait,
don't
what do you
set
mean
in the
you
west.
chased him? Wait, hold on. Shut up. Wait, what do you mean Bug chased him? What do you mean? What are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
This
You
really
are-
happened.
But it happened.
If you were to conjure up some stupid science fiction genre term for what happened, what are you saying happened? You saying you experienced
time
two
loop.
things? It's like a time loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that movie where it's Groundhog Day and
Looper,
everything
yes.
happens again and again. Yeah, it's like Looper. It's
Yeah,
fucked up.
It happened on Groundhog
fucked
Day,
up.
right?
Everything got all Hayden
yeah.
Christensen on you.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
terrible. And my friend left, and my heart's
Twice.
a busted piece of shit. Just like this mission. Just like my friend what left, because now I'm mad.
You're mad now?
Yeah, I'm into the mad stage.
turn the
He's a
emotional
piece of
music back
shit.
off then.
He fucking left, and now I'm all alone with a little boy.
I wish there was a mute button for him, just because something's
Oh,
happening here.
you-
So,
yeah,
can
you
you
too?
There
explain
is on
this?
the mixer.
Can you? Okay, what exactly happened? And Schema gets up from her chair, takes a few steps to sit in a chair directly opposite yours, and looks in your face and says, "Bug, what exactly happened?"
I got Pilgrim in the van. I drove the van. I found Galahad covered in gasoline, fighting with
And burrs.
What was the other guy that we were looking for?
The one
Lies.
with the.
Yeah. And
Wait,
then
fighting with
no,
lies?
The one with the mask.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
Yeah, they
that
were
man was
fighting.
disgusting.
Okay, so
no,
you fought with
your friends.
So you fought with the other team.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
he's
they were-
disgusting
they were
too because
fighting.
he left me, and he left me to die, and
Yeah,
he
whatever, dude.
stepped on my fucking heart.
My God.
So you saw this man stepping on Galahad's heart, and
Yeah.
then what happened?
And then I found the hacker, and I started chasing after him. Then all these cops showed up, and I really don't know what happened after that because I was chasing after the guy.
Wait, and a bunch of police showed up? So
Yeah,
how did you
it
get
was-
back to the van and crash it into the bridge?
I
Well,
don't know.
that's
It
something we just
happened
don't
again.
plumb understand. It just, time started over.
What
It
do you
just
mean?
happened
By
all
time
over
started
again.
You mean you went back?
Yeah,
van, and
it's
I was
like a
putting
slow
Pilgrim back in the
motion
van.
car crash. It's like watching a wagon full of gasoline be engulfed in a big ass explosion from some
I did
kind of
hear
a
an
gun
explosion.
or a cow that has curdled milk coming
Okay,
from it.
that's weird.
And
You need
every-
to stop. You're
Look,
hurting everyone
Albedo.
around you.
think about how I'm hurting. No one asks how I'm hurting. They
Yeah,
just
well,
say,
you keep
"Oh
telling
well,
us, we
let's
don't
just
need
go
to ask."
run off with a prisoner or
Just be
something."
quiet
And
for a minute, you two. There's something bigger happening than this curdled milk. or
yeah,
whatever you're
yeah.
talking
You know
about.
what's bigger happening? Hearts are broken every day. Time doesn't stand still for no man, including me. In fact, it goes back so I can relive the same pain again and again, over and over, watching my friend disappear into the
Dude, it
night.
just happened once, so it didn't happen. over.
Well, to me, it felt like 1,000 times.
Albedo turns around and he's taking a hit from a vape and he's like, rough. That's rough. That's
It is rough. It's rough like coarse sand.
Albedo, Schema gets up and says, send a message to the B team chopper. Tell them that we just need the van to stop. We just need to stop them. We need to corroborate all of this. And that's when Albedo says, yeah, they already messaged them. I'm getting a message right now. Lance, what did you roll on that attack roll?
That would be a 4.
Okay, I got 3 hits. Albedo turns and goes, yeah, I got a message back. Helicopter got hit, and it crashed into the woods. So they apparently had some kind of weapon. We only got one message from it back. It was screamed with such anger that it somehow picked up on the helicopter senses. What was that, Lance?
Bullets! It's what's for dinner!
We thought it would be...
That's my friend.
We thought it would be its finger licking good. Cutting back to the van.
He never knows the right thing to say.
Forgot
And
one
I
of my
love him for it.
catchphrases.
The
My
RV
heart.
the
You can't
RV
take the beatings.
The RV almost crashes as Steel Skull screams again, "That's my line!" He starts ripping his shirt off, where you see the bullet that's what's for dinner, trademark 2019, on his right under his nipple, screaming at you. Oh yeah, he's an old guy.
Yeah.
Just get those lionization treatments. Keeps him going. Let's go back to the just that was a little clip back in the van. Now we're coming back to the helicopter. And Schema nods, goes, "Okay, all right, this is fucked. All right." So the helicopter's knocked on the ground, and Albedo goes, "Yeah, they're all reporting okay though. They didn't die." Schema goes, "I don't care. I don't care about that. I care about how the van is still going." And what do we have in our van? We've got me, who's obviously more of a tactician, HR kind of person. We've got you, Albedo, who has all sorts of facts and loves to vape, and you're pretty good at piloting. And then we have these two. And Sleeping Pilgrim over in the corner, who somehow is looking less and less injured as time goes on.
I can
hack the train.
You keep being
the
like
little car.
really rude to me.
Wait,
Yeah, and I'm fucking hurt and no one gives a shit.
I don't give a shit about you, but you can hack. Can you hack the van?
What do you think you hired me for?
I just as a team of people that would give us total deniability that we were attacking the police. That's what we hired you for. It never occurred to me that you could be useful in a larger.
God.
Okay. How do you?
gave us stuff?
Hey, I take offense to that. I'm useful every goddamn day of my life. In every mission.
That's not true.
Here's-
you ran away the first
Here's
time.
the thought. I
No,
have.
that was
Okay,
tactical.
Quiet.
No,
Here's the
was
thought.
it?
Now, I'm going to give you a contract. If you can hack this, I'm going to give you a contract. This contract, we'll give you 4 weeks paid vacation, and we'll bring you under the umbrella. We'll give you payroll. We'll give you salary. You can make your own hours. If you will do this, will you do this?
Yeah, sure.
The only unfortunate thing is that you are too young to sign a contract, so we will need a guardian
I'll
to sign.
Hell, I'll sign anything right now. My heart ain't in it. My hands just move by themselves. It's like I'm dissociating outside of a
I'm not gonna correct
van.
anybody that he's not my guardian.
No, I'm your
No,
dad.
no one's.
I'm
No one. I'm not correcting it. I'll take it.
So as the helicopter zooms forward, Schema turns around a little bit, works on a console that's built into the front of the helicopter, uploads something into a data pad, turns it around, and says, "Please sign this quickly."
Sure. All right.
All right. You don't read it?
Why would I read it?
Beautiful. So you don't read it.
Does it look? I don't like reading. We went over this before.
Perfect. So you sign it, and it sends back to you as the guardian.
all the words look like a blur to me. I sign it.
You sign.
I
Okay.
got nothing.
Without reading the contract at all.
No,
you
sir.
just take it. Beautiful. Schema goes, "Wow, that was the best deal I've ever made in my life."
I
And,
love you
says,
guys.
Excellent. Now, once you're getting into range, I want to get a code-breaking attack plus logic from you. Now, when you attack the signature of this RV, what exactly are you trying to do?
Shut it down.
You're trying to just shut the engine down. Okay, cool. Now,
Is the RV actually that advanced?
the RV is weird. You almost flood the Steel Skull almost flooded the engine while setting it off, and it doesn't have an aux code or any other kind of radio. But it's got a whole bunch of systems of hot water and other things that go through the shower. The shower would work if he hadn't bashed it out of pure frustration about his ex-wife
Look,
leaving him.
when you feel things, when people leave you, you can't control the kinds of reactions you might have. And sometimes you might bash a thing or two. In fact, hell, I've felt that this whole fucking helicopter ride.
What
I
did you
just
roll
wanna-
while he's going on?
6 hits.
6 hits. Okay, beautiful. You got 6 hits on. Let's just be clear here. Now, this is a van that has incredibly low. Has a firewall of 2. So let's just roll that. Okay, guys, no hits. Now, but of course, Magnus, you're on the lookout. So, give me I want 2 tests from you. I want the first one is just a software data processing and logic. I want you to do that twice for me. Take your negatives, any negatives you have. Now, Bug, on the second one, I want your firewall plus device rating plus your code breaking. So what's your first roll?
5 hits.
5 hits on the first one. Okay, let me just roll really quickly to see if you detect the helicopter at all. You do. I got 4, but you detect the helicopter is inbound, and
Was
let's
it
see.
firewall device?
Firewall, device rating, and code breaking.
4 hits.
How many hits?
5 hits.
5 hits. So you detect also that there is an attack directed at the van coming in. So because you detect that, I will now let you add your, if you would like, I will let you add your code breaking and firewall to the defense of the van, which was 2. So if you'll add code breaking plus your firewall plus 2, and you'll roll that.
3 hits.
How many hits did you get
For what?
on your attack? On your attack plus.
Oh, the earlier attack or a new
You know
one?
what? Let's do it again just to keep it spicy. Let's get
All
logic,
right.
code breaking, and your attack rating.
8 hits.
8
Whoa!
hits. So Magnus, Lies, as you detect the helicopter is inbound before even the. Well, let's give you a shot. Let's get a perception plus intuition. This is far fucking away, but let's give it to you. Take a -4 on that roll, but you still get your +2 for detecting attack helicopters.
2 hits.
You got 2 hits. All right, let me roll that against you. I got 6 against you. So you, before you can even, with your eagle-eyed attack helicopter hating peepers, see this helicopter, Lies over here detects that a helicopter is inbound and detects that the helicopter is directly attacking Steel Skull Jack Hennessy's prized ex-girlfriend's van. And you attempt to block the attack, but you fail. This vehicle is so low-powered that the engine immediately gets hit. And with an overroll like that, how badly does the engine stop working?
It's fucked up.
The engine just explodes as if it was hit by a anti-material rifle cracking through the engine block. The RV wheels up on its back wheels for a moment in the extreme like impact of this explosion, and then hits a guardrail, but this time like no guardrail you've ever hit before. Can I get a soak test from everybody in the car? The only exception would be Lexicon John. You're in the front seat. Were you by any chance? Would you be looking out the front seat of the car?
Am I looking out the window?
Out the window. That's what I mean, not the front seat.
Sure,
My
but
bad.
am I buckled is maybe the better question.
Let's just do soak test. That's more fun. Soak test from everybody. Don't take negatives. Remember.
I got 2 hits on mine.
It's okay.
You got 2 hits.
Yeah.
2 hits.
7.
7 hits.
Well, I was holding onto the sheets with my toes so tight.
Wow, amazing. Well, you do roll 19 dice on that, right?
I do.
Yeah, you have a really high soak test, Lexicon John. All right, let me just roll really quickly to see how badly this crash goes. Okay. All right, go around one more time. How many hits? You got how many?
2.
2? 7?
7.
2?
Okay.
6.
If I get killed in a fucking car crash, it'd be so fucking amusing.
All right. So,
Hey, we're going down together, baby.
I
Oh,
rolled,
yeah.
All right.
I rolled Steel Skull Jack Hennessy's glitch test, and I got a test, and I got 1 with a glitch. So Steel Skull Jack Hennessy managed to just like pull the parking brake and then flip the RV as a result. So the momentum slows down, but you're the wrong way, which is upside down. So can I? You got 2 hits, so you take 5 physical damage.
You don't heal any damage from last time?
No,
She's out.
you're unconscious. It looks like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do we want to give you, you know what? Why don't we give you a free test of that new power you got? If you want, yeah, give me a biohacking plus,
Yeah, I'll roll it.
sorry,
It's
psychomancy
psychomancy, yeah.
plus sensitivity as you accidentally cast on yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
You also take 5 physical damage. You two take you take 1
have a
physical
power.
damage, Lexicon John. Lance, you managed to during the entire wheeling, your toes hold you as you do a somersault in midair and then land. Once the vehicle comes full circle, bouncing back on the bed, feeling like pretty good. Lexicon John, your shoulders hit the roof and then fall back into your seat. You two are tossed all about the place, but how many successes did we get on
I
there?
got 2 on that.
You got 2 on that. So we
Yes.
can reduce the hits on that damage. You're still gonna be knocked unconscious, I think. We'll give you we'll drop that down to 3. Which I think
That
puts
puts
you
me at like.
No, you're
1,
good.
2, 3. You're
Yeah,
1
okay.
hit from literally dying.
Wow, cool, fun. And I can't.
No, so you're knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
You fixed it a little bit.
Yeah,
You're
I
knocked
can't.
unconscious.
I can't help myself. 'Cause I'm out.
Not in this moment.
Okay.
We will we'll come back to this.
All right.
Lance, Lies, what about you?
I didn't get shot by anybody, so I'm actually all right.
Yeah, you didn't get shot, but you fought a big
Yeah, I
like
think that
monster.
damage was for. I mean, I didn't heal any between the last 2 sessions.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, I mean, I fought that. I was fighting that.
I'm very glad
that
I
mine
got
monster.
the best of privatized healthcare since the last time I got absolutely messed
That's
up.
true. You were
I
one of
do-
the few
I
people
have
that goes
good,
to a
you know-
doctor and got healed up.
I got
Well,
pretty
I
good
didn't get
healthcare,
much
too.
choice about that.
That's true. You got dropped off by Lance.
I got pretty good healthcare too, is all I'm saying.
You just got to use it.
Yeah.
Got it. So
They're not gonna come to me. I guess it's not that good.
So,
I'm
not
made
in
of
this van.
aluminum garbage.
Steel Skull Jack Hennessy rears up. He said he vented his steam. But goddamn, is it flowing out of his piston arms? He goes, "Who fucked with my van?" And he, his arm does its weird mechanical shifting where a shotgun gets pumped into it, and he turns. He goes, "You kid,
Hello.
feud's off. Let's go fucking kill some people." And he
Oh, boy.
steps out of the van. Lexicon John, keep the music pumping. And he steps out of the van.
Oh, wait.
Helicopter is now inbound. I'll give you one more shot against it this time. Now,
What can I roll?
Bug, you're good at shutting down guns and stuff.
I sure am.
You're definitely detecting. You definitely know that I'm jumping a little bit here, but you know that another one was shot down by something in this van.
Yeah, so there's a big gun.
There's a big gun. Do you want to maybe look for a big gun?
Yeah, I'll look for a big
I
gun.
know who's got the big gun.
So you know there's a big gun.
Of course.
Can you give
I've
me
serioused up.
data
I'm only
processing software
mad.
and logic?
Am I rolling perception or am I?
You can't do anything about this.
Okay, no, but I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
I-
perceptible
I'm-
situation.
I'm-
yes, in general, yes.
Do I take a
So
negative
what
still?
was it?
No, just roll it
Logic,
flat,
data
except for damage
processing.
and software.
Okay, great.
And can I get firewall plus device rating plus 2 from you? Oh no, sorry. Firewall. Yeah, plus your device rating. What's the device rating on your comlink?
My comlink?
Yeah.
It is. I don't think I have them all. 6.
6. Okay, so 6 plus your firewall plus your device rating on your cyber deck.
So 6.
And what'd you get? 3. Okay.
Sorry, just give that
6 plus your firewall plus your device rating. Your device rating, I think, is like 2 or 3. You got 3 hits. You want to roll luck on that? Sorry to push you a little bit. I just don't want your helicopter to get blown up too.
I got 4 hits for
Did you have rule of 6 on?
I mean, I added my luck, and I got no hits.
Oh.
4 hits, by the way.
You do not detect the big gun that did the shooting.
But I know it's there.
You know it's there, but you couldn't actually find it in terms of the signals. Lance, what'd you roll in that perception test?
Oh, that'd be a 5.
Let me. I got 6. I got
Yes!
6
Woo!
successes.
We live.
So what ends up happening is I'm gonna have you roll it one more time as you're moving in because you do not spot the helicopter as you're searching for this system. So again, give me the same dice roll. Give me the same dice roll. Give me the same dice roll.
Well,
It's basically 10 hits. Oh my god.
that was an ungodly roll.
Oh my god. 14 dice. You got 10 hits.
Yeah.
3 hits again. Damn.
6.
6. I got 3. Okay, so this time as the helicopter's really pulling in, you see the helicopter. Steel Skull Jack Hennessy walks up, puts a hand on your shoulder, and says, "Fuck it up, son."
I'd like to give my friend a call.
Okay. As you're lining up your sight, in your AR display, you see a call coming from best friend.
I think I have to
Take
roll
the
this.
shot, son, Steel Skull says.
Come on, answer.
Look,
buddy.
Cucaracha is just
It's
playing.
there's a problem because now I'm swaying my hips
Yeah.
to the tune.
What are you gonna do, Lance?
Can I?
You hate helicopters, but you know you wronged your best friend.
Well, I answer it while also easing down on the trigger of my 8 hits.
Take a. All right, you're pointing the gun out. Galahad, the phone call goes through.
Gail, is this you? It's not a great time.
How could you say that?
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. There's this helicopter.
I'm in the helicopter. You're gonna kill me. You're gonna end this whole thing.
You're supposed to be my best friend. How could you go and get inside one of those
How could
evil
you go ahead and
rotisserie
abandon
chickens?
me just like that, just hitting the road, just leaving me behind with all my lot gear and my swords and all our fun together? You just gonna go and fucking fly off with your new friends and your guns and your
I don't appreciate this.
anti-aircraft materials?
You're putting this on me. You're the one who you came trying to have hurt some people that I was working with, and now you're in this big
and
flying
I thought it'd
chicken.
bring us
and
close together, and all it's done is tear us apart.
I got the shot, Gail. Buckle your seat belt.
I put on my seatbelt.
I shoot.
This is
Oh
it.
my God, you shoot. Okay, let me switch back to normal music. 'cause
I
this
will
ain't
say,
sad
I think
anymore.
I have to. I might have to roll a composure check
Okay.
and re-roll that dice.
Give me composure plus willpower, and let's see how you're feeling.
Lance,
I like the choice. Do you hang up on him, or are you still on the phone?
No, I
tell my mama.
no hits on composure. I think I take massive negatives.
I'll have you roll it one more time. I'm not giving you a negative. I'll give you just re-roll it.
Tell my mama I want a Viking burial.
5 hits.
I also got 5 hits. You hit the helicopter. The helicopter in your seat. Give me finesse plus athletics, both of you in the seat with your negatives of your injuries. The helicopter gets hit. Starts going into a spin, but he did not crack the hole, just ripped the paint job and gave it a real ding-dong. Critical glitch, oh my God. What was that?
I was going to say, did me and Steel Skull yell our famous catchphrase together in a moment of bonding?
1, 2, 3.
Bullets! It's what's for dinner.
That's right. Trademarked by me, Steel Skull Jack Hennessy, and I'm allowing it this time. What did you roll?
I got 4 successes.
You got 4 successes.
Yes.
As the phone is whipped from your hand, and the vehicle starts going, the helicopter spins out and starts wheeling out. You see that the boy, like always, didn't fasten their seatbelt. What else? The impact jostles some things inside. One of the side doorways that you stepped in on rips open, and the boy, ricketing up, is going in that direction. But with 4 hits, you could reach out and touch somebody, Galahad.
To word it like that.
All I want right now is to reach out and touch somebody. But all he wanted to do was shoot me full of lead. Now my heart is heavier
I didn't do anything.
than a whole bunch of lead, like a whole fucking bandolier of bullets.
So you're going to let this child, who you're now officially the guardian of, die?
I put out a pinky.
Jesus Christ.
Do you take the pinky?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna die.
He takes the pinky. And with your metal arm...
You, Peter, get out of here.
Hey!
Yes, everybody. This is the moment. Oh, my God. Let's raise it up a little bit so it crosses.
Hey.
Oh, yes. And Galahad, what do you say as you reel in Bug?
Get over here, you shitter. Sorry.
You pull Bug close. You wrap an arm around him and hold him tight as Albedo rights the helicopter.
You may be a bug, but you're my friend. And you got a friend in me.
As the bullet exits the chamber lance of your gun, and you're ready to pop another one, Steel Skull goes, No. Let's kill them with our guns right to their faces when they land. Come on, let's get over there.
Okay, well, there's going to be a man in a cowboy hat. You leave him alone.
He goes, what's that?
There's a man in a cowboy hat. He's fine.
Like a knight's helmet or something? Or
Yeah, he's a knight.
Okay, so
Sorry.
Leave the knight alone.
Leave the knight alone.
All right. You would hear this because the phone's still open except your phone went flying out. It's the helicopter and it's gone. You don't know about this.
Know about it. I've latched onto a new buddy.
The helicopter has
A little one.
had a harsh landing. It's
Like-
come down hard
Billy the Kid.
I'm alive, but at what cost?
in the middle of I-90. Now, just to be clear, there are shitloads of cars around you, and they're all backed up as the helicopter comes down. People are kind of confused. There's going to be a huge pileup as the RV has blocked 2 lanes, the helicopter has blocked the other 2 lanes. In this moment where Steel Skull Jack Hennessy, shotgun in metallic arm around Lance, holding. Are you still holding your finger licker or the Ares?
I got my my AT&T Alpha.
Let's go back into the car. Lies, what are you doing? Bobby, you're passed out in the
Inches
shower.
from death.
Yeah, in the shower, covered in half open beer cans, half drank beer cans. Lies.
Just like I came into this world.
What about you, Lies?
I'm pretty shaken up and just shaking myself out of the hot sim, going, "What the fuck just happened to the van?"
What about you, Lexicon John? Are you still the AM/FM is still working?
Yes, upside down in the car. I've got some excellent sounds going, and I decide to leave the vehicle overturned and step out into the foggy, smoggy traffic of I-90.
Do you follow behind Lexicon John and
I'm Lexicon
sorry,
John.
behind
I only follow behind my own self.
Lance and Steel Skull? Do you follow them, or do you just kind of like bask in what's happening?
Oh, of course, I'm here to breathe deep the scent of absolute destruction, the human world crumbling to its knees, and two stupid assholes
from the van.
dying.
I'm still alive. Thank you very much.
Albedo, once he lands, you can see out the front window, but the window is it's one of those like holographic displays. Like, you guys cannot see inside the helicopter, but they can see out through a bunch of like micro cameras and stuff. And through the front of this helicopter, Bug, Galahad, and Schema, and Albedo, and not Pilgrim because Pilgrim's still sleeping, can see out the
Power
and
napping,
see
please.
as
Power
Lance-
napping.
Power napping. Hashtag power napping.
Yeah, power napping, sorry. As Lance, with Steel Skull's arm around, Steel Skull pointing a gun at the helicopter, Lance with the AT&T Alpha, this strange man in the background who talked about how Bug was too old, is basking in the glory in the background. Albedo pulls a shotgun from underneath his seat. He goes, "In case of harsh landings." And it says, "All right, so what are we doing, Schema?" Schema says, "We just want to figure out what happened with this time loop thing and offer this hacker a goddamn job. I don't know why this is so fucking hard that we've
which
had to do
hacker?
all these things." Well, you've got the other hacker who hacked our Cambridge
I
Analytica
thought we
site.
had to
That's
kill
amazing.
him.
That guy.
I thought we had to kill that fucker.
No, he just hacked our site and it's amazing. We want to offer him a job. We don't see talent like that very often. What is this misunderstanding that's been happening?
Didn't we have to kill that man?
No, we were supposed to just grab him, but you pick him over me?
No, you're still hired. You're good, Bug. You're good. That's why you don't want to die here. We're just gonna get this guy in too. You guys can be in cubicles together.
it's-
Well,
seems
wait.
that
Why
was
can't
a
we? Why
precedent
don't we
set.
just hire all of them? They all are capable.
Well, the other ones are a bit flashy.
So why did you just say that?
They killed police officers. We're not.
We would have killed. We killed
did
police
too!
officers.
Yeah, but that was before. We made you do that.
Fair
What
point.
is happening?
I just
So-
want you gotta look. There's a guy down there. He's got a helmet on. He's very good at shooting.
Yeah,
he's
right
great at
there.
shooting.
I can see him.
Yeah,
from the
you
front of
should.
him.
He's a good one. He's one of the good ones.
I thought he wasn't your friend anymore.
Look, I'm going through a lot. I'm reaching out my pinky. I'm reaching out my pinky to the world, just
I mean,
waiting
you're
for
still
someone to grab
holding
on.
Bug on your lap.
On my lap, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you had to pull Bug in and hold Bug.
Oh, a
in.
whole bug.
Yeah,
Oh boy,
All on my.
I'm done.
and it's a metal
Crittling
arm. It's
around.
really strong. I mean,
Yeah, but it's not very like comfortable.
no, it's definitely not comfortable.
No, there's everything about my lap is comfortable.
What do you
Don't
smell like
wire-
right now, Galahad?
I smell like sweat and gasoline, certainly.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And,
not,
uh,
not anymore. You don't.
Well,
No,
you
yeah,
never got
don't
I
know.
guess I don't know. Well,
I guess you smell like the mud.
I
you
smell
fall in
like
and
burrs.
burns.
Yeah.
It smells like dirt and bo.
Yeah, that's the smell of a man.
In
Yeah, it
all
fucking
fairness,
sucks.
Galahad, we can hire all of them, but except we can't hire we don't know who this one is basking in the glory of I-90
No, you
right
can
now.
leave him alone. He looks
and-
like he's missing skin. But
I
hire
was
the other one.
promised
He's got a
bloodshed.
beautiful
I'm
face
a-
underneath that
I'm a bit
smiley mask.
disappointed here.
But if we can't, but we, in all fairness, the scary one with the assault rifle, we can't hire him. He killed 3 members of our express delivery team.
No,
he
he
literally
can die.
murdered them. We
He-
have it on camera.
No, he can die. That's fine. But the rest of them, they seem like well-to-do chaps.
All right. Okay. So a little button is pressed over the helicopter, and it says, and you hear Schema's voice come in and go, "Is this on? Excuse me? Is this on? You people approaching the helicopter, could you give a thumbs up if this is on? I can't tell if it's on."
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, so you, the one who raised your thumb up. So we've heard from the nightly helmeted man in here that
we're willing to give you all jobs. Not you, Russo Corp guy. We'll just leave you be.
Steel Skull goes, all right, that's how I like to be.
He says, except, you, Mr. Helmeted Man. Yeah. Could you come over to the doorway really quickly? Oh, yeah, sure. Just come over. We're going to offer you the best job possible.
And then press the button and says, when that door opens, Albedo, Galahad, shoot him. Kill him immediately.
I will not do
you
that.
just said you would kill him. You said it was no problem.
No. I said
hold on
I
one
wouldn't.
second. Don't come up to the door just yet. Just hold up that
I kind of do.
Steel Skull's, what's going on? This seems like a trick. I've seen a lot of weird tricks when Kill Team 6. This seems like some kind of switcheroo thing going on here. What?
I don't know.
Don't you think we should just kill them all?
My friend Gal's in there, and he's a good fella. I don't think he'd lead me astray. He's never done that.
Schema says,
I'd never.
Galahad, you're going to have to make a choice right now. Either this person who's killed our men and tried to kill you inside this chopper, either he has to go, or...
I think you should hire this guy, because the other dude sucked, because they died, and this guy's still here.
Yes, but no, we can't. Out of principle, we have a corporate culture. It won't go for it. I'll get demoted. We can't do it. So you have a choice to make. Either you turn down this amazing job that Bug got, and you get a lot of kickbacks for being the parent.
What?
Or, and you just leave this helicopter and fuck right off. Or, you kill this man. And I'm going to give you the choice right now, what you're going to do, all right? And I think that's that. Albedo, get ready. Going back in.
Mr. Russo Corp guy, you're good?
And he goes, yeah, well, I'm good. I'm just going to go back to the RV. I'm good. If you're not trying to kill me, there's no harm, no foul. We killed your air van. You killed my ground van. And then, all right, so, Mr. Otherman, if you could come up to the door, we've got your prize ready for you now. That would be great.
Thank
you.
Lance.
Lance, that's your name. Come up to the door. We've got you.
I move away from the door.
The option's clear. He doesn't know what's happening, and the other guy's gone. So once he gets close, you and Albedo, kill him. Kill him immediately.
I am at the door. I knock on it.
You take cover. Albedo with the
Hello?
shotgun is ready. The door is being knocked on. Schema's got a hand on the door open latch, is ready to pull it. Galahad, what are you doing right now before the door's opening? What are you doing?
I'm preparing my gun.
You undo your arm.
My arm slowly peels apart like that Sprite ad with that guy that likes the children. Not this one that likes the children, but the other one that likes the children.
And out of it becomes a gun.
It becomes a gun, yeah.
Sizzling.
It's sizzling like a refreshing Sprite.
Sensing some finality watching from far away, if I may take a breather here, I'd like to reach deep into my jacket.
Oh, God.
Pull out some aerosol glue, spray it into my hand, and huff deeply into my exposed nasal passages. Watching with glee, as it may now be the time for the bloodshed I've so craved.
All right, and with that, Schema pulls the door open. Let me get initiative from both of you.
Me too?
You and you, yeah. I want you to take, well, actually, before you roll initiative, give me a perception test. I'm giving you at minus 4.
Got a 17.
Okay, good.
One hit for the perception test.
One action's going to happen before you can roll. Give me your initiative, but they're going to get one action on you before you can act.
It is 9, 11.
9/11. Oh shit.
Never forget.
Sometimes.
20. No, sorry. 25.
So Galahad, you had 17.
I had 17.
Lance, you had 25.
Yep.
Okay, let me get Albedo really quickly. Okay, Albedo's 13. All right. So the first person to go in this instance, despite Lance having the highest initiative, because you aren't expecting anything as the door opens, Galahad, it's your turn.
I'm gonna shoot Albedo.
God.
You turn the gun on Albedo, who's raising the gun on Lance. Albedo turns the head a little bit to see you. Roll finesse plus long arms. Oh my god. Whew.
3 hits.
3 hits. He doesn't have any ability to block it. He's not seeing this coming.
I scream, "It's what's for dinner."
Oh, and your gun damage is 10.
Yeah.
Plus 3 hits, that's 13. Albedo. The armor absorbs a lot of that. Do you have an armor pen on that? Sorry, this is a little... Yeah, okay, cool. Albedo gets shot in the shoulder, flies back across the helicopter, rolls up near the front of the pilot's seat, and you hear a bunch of crashing. And then Albedo goes, "Fuck! Fuck! What the fuck?" And then ducking behind the chair, getting back up and ducking behind the chair, goes, "Schema, what are we doing now?" And Schema says, Let's just see how this plays out. Give it a second. We're outgunned a little bit. It's a little bit not for the best. So let's see what happens. Lance, it's your initiative.
Yeah, why'd you shoot that guy? I thought we were all good.
He was trying to shoot you.
No,
He want me to shoot you. He won't give you a job.
Why wouldn't
I
they
wanted
wanna-
him to give you a job. He said, "Yeah, we're gonna give you one." Then he went back on his word. And if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a fucking liar. Because that's not chivalrous at all.
I presume this means you don't want the job, Schema says to Galahad. You and Bug are forfeiting the job because...
No, don't forfeit the job. I want the job.
We want the job, but you gotta not kill my friend.
Roll charm plus persuasion. Lance, go for it. What do you want to say?
I thought somebody had a present for me was what I heard.
Yes, well,
So-
the present was supposed to be 2
got one hit.
buckshots to the face, but apparently things have changed, but I'm good at thinking on my feet. What'd you roll?
I got 1 success.
She goes, "Well, we are in a bit of a pickle, and you didn't read the terms of the contract. I'll give myself that. So, where our back is in a corner, Albedo, just put your gun down and look, Mr. Scary Man, your prize is that no one's going to shoot you in the fucking face, and
Oh.
your friend gets to keep his goddamn job. Now get out of my helicopter. We're going to repair it and get out of here. I'm pissed off at both of you, but we'll call you about work in the morning."
I didn't even do anything.
Well, you were the guard. You're responsible for your guardian.
That's not how that works.
No, that's exactly how parent-guardian relationship goes.
It's called
No,
parent
it
guardian,
doesn't.
not guardian, not parent.
Not parent fucking teen that has computer skills.
It is not called that, to be
Yeah.
honest. It's
Go
not
back
called-
to fucking economics or
That's not what that
whatever
is.
the hell class you gotta take in your fucking social studies.
In fairness,
That's
Mr.
not even so.
Your name's Lance, right, Lance?
Yeah.
Would you go and see about the hacker if we could hire him for a job? That would be great.
No, fuck that guy.
Oh, sure.
Why? Why fuck him?
Because he's a little shit and he runs away and he doesn't care about any of his friends.
Wow, you're projecting real hard.
Lies. Lies.
Yeah,
Over
and
here.
Listen to his name. He's fucking
Some
telling
people want
lies.
to offer you a present.
What's going on, Lies?
Well, is there a Greyhound bus nearby during the entire pile-up thing?
Yeah, I guess there is. For sure.
I hate
during the
this.
pile-up on Greyhound bus, there's
I mean,
news.
They're not gonna let you on that.
They've been very distracted, haven't they? And everybody's been very distracted, haven't they?
Yeah,
gets
why don't
distracted
you take a
enough
finesse
to-
plus stealth roll at plus 6 as you sneak
Oh,
out
some
of the
guy's
van.
just gonna sneak onto a Greyhound bus. They're
Yeah.
very picky about who they let on those
I
things.
know.
No, they're
I
not.
don't know.
Actually.
You've gotten
not.
kicked off a lot of them, but no one else seems to have had that problem. And every time you bring it up at a party, people are like, "No, that's not relatable."
Yeah,
What do
I
you-"
don't understand. Yeah, now that I think about it,
4 hits.
4 hits. All right. Let's just do a quick.
Do you also want me to do an etiquette roll? if this one
Yeah,
goes
get
alright?
an etiquette plus perception on top of that. Take another plus 4 on that one.
What's the wrong thing?
Unless this goes really badly, I see it almost impossible that he didn't get on a Greyhound bus.
3 hits.
Yeah, I think he got on a Greyhound bus, and I think he's gone now.
He's not answering. Here's his number, but yeah, he's not answering.
Oh my God! Please don't tell me it was a Greyhound bus again. If they got away on a Greyhound bus again, this is going to be furious. I've lost 3 different targets on Greyhound buses. I want to just nuke the whole company. Oh my
Good.
God! You've got the phone number though.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Very good. And then types out a comm link saying, "Hello, this is." They just grab your phone And they say, hello, this is not Lance. I can't tell if you can tell because of the diction. This is Schema from Nu-Cambridge Analytica. We literally just want to offer you a job. We don't know where all this violence came in. We came to an agreement that we wouldn't kill Lance.
We weren't very clear.
And that's basically the shizzle. How do you feel?
I'm a freelancer.
Okay, so, all right, well, why don't you come by our offices? Maybe tomorrow I'll be in at like 9 if you want to come in. We can maybe do an interview then.
We'll be in touch.
She turns the phone off and goes, I hate vagueness. I just hate vagueness. Can I keep
By the way,
You're really
but-
good at
by
it,
the way-
so
Yeah.
I don't know why
No,
you hate
it took me a long time to get that number
By the way,
memorized. So
like
it'd be
Cucaracha goes, and go like, and
you call back?
yeah, and just and go contact information.
He goes, oh, it's less vague. I love it. I'll send it along soon. My name's Schema, and you are Lies? Is that right?
I'm indeed Lies.
Love it. Love it. Absolutely. All right. Boop, boop, boop. And syncs up their data pad to yours, sends something through. You get the information of Schema, HR and acquisitions for Nu-Cambridge Analytica. Underneath, it says sit, stay. It's a dog's life. And then
Very cute.
hands you back the phone and goes, this is excellent. Albedo? And Albedo goes, yeah, what's up, boss? Goes, let's get out of here. I put a little contact. We've got a car that we can get right around the corner. I believe the police will show up any second now. Good luck with all of that situation.
Wait, what?
And, well, the car only has 2 seats in it. So
What kind of car is that?
an Uber pool, of course. And they run off and they get in the car just as you hear
dead fool.
the wailing sounds of police cars
Oh, God.
coming to collect all of you.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm gonna go back and see how Bobby's doing in the van.
Well, you're not. What? He's gonna abandon me again?
So the police apprehend all of you, except Lies, who's away in a Greyhound bus. You're all apprehended by plainclothes cops. You wake up in a holding cell. The rest of you wake
It's
up
not the first time.
in holding cells in NYPD LLC holding cells around. They bring you nearby a suburb of Ithaca, New York, where you are held.
Am I actually in jail? Because I am a minor.
You are all going to be held in a holding cell, and then when we come back next week and for the following sessions, we are going to deal with this situation and move forward. But in the meantime, you've all been held. You're all held as witnesses of an event, and they want to know what your incidents were being in here. The other person who did get away at the same time, and this is the irony, of course, is while you're on the I-90, on your Greyhound bus Lies, traveling and passing closer and closer to New York City, you notice somebody in the seat right in front of you. Steel Skull Jack Hennessy, who also had the wherewithal to sneak into a crowd and is fantastic at getting away. He turns around and he just gives you a little wink.
I wink back. What
And
else
then
can
he
you
gives
do?
you a
at
little
this
bit of,
point?
he gives you the shocker. What is it? This one?
Shaka or Shaka?
Yeah, there you go.
I did the rough one.
That's too many in the butt.
Yeah, it's way too many. He gives you the minivan, and then one in the front, 5 in the back. and then and with that, you both head into New York City, not detected, not found, while the rest of you fucking reprobates plus Pilgrim are in a holding cell in godforsaken suburb near the not bad city of Ithaca, New York.
Peace.
Yeah, peace. Once again, Lies got it over on the rest of you.
What about our package?
What about your package?
Yeah, the thing that we got. Yeah, I knew it.
Oh my god. Yeah, Steel Skull got all them on the Greyhound too. Dang Rusty wielding the back. The other three.
Look, this is a Greyhound. You
How
now.
the fuck are they all
He
getting on a
snuck
fucking
4
bus?
uniformed
I mean,
prisoners
Archibald.
onto a Greyhound.
Here's what you don't understand. A, and you all found this, Lexicon most, Steel Skull is charming as a motherfucker. B,
Wondrous
you know,
I'm very
Nu-Cambridge
disappointed I
Analytica hates Greyhound. But you know who Nu-Cambridge Analytica also hates? Is Russo Corp. Greyhound Bus maybe he's got an inroad to this. I mean, this is the way I DM myself out of a hole because I forgot about those 4 characters. But it works for me, which means you have no choice but to have it work for you, viewer at home. Thank you so much for watching this third part of the season finale. This was the most raucous and focused game I think we've ever played. It was literally. And I feel great about it. For once, we're not playing until 1 in the morning on a school night. If everybody will go around and reintroduce themselves and their characters, that'd be great, and then we can sign the F off.
I'm Tyler. I play Lance Alate, and I'm glad that Dane got on a bus.
He's in the carriage in the back because it was a dolly situation.
I'm Lily. I play Bobby Bobbiano, and I'm really regretting not bringing my donuts to jail with me. I'm feeling kind of hungry.
I'm Bryce. I play Galahad, and I enjoy being held in this holding cell for once in my goddamn life.
Yeah, you're being held instead of being
feels
rejected.
good to be held.
I'm Crystal and I play Bug, and this fucking sucks.
I'm Alec. Tonight I was Lexicon John. I'm a little bit high, and soon I'll be requesting a prison transfer. A combat veteran such as I should not be in a holding cell with these reprobates.
I'm Magnus, and I'm all eyes.
Thank you so much for watching. This is the Wizard Hole, New York City. We're going to be back next week with a new episode of Z-Team on Wednesday. And then the week following that, we will be back on Tuesday and Wednesday playing weekly again with a few new characters and a few new situations in Season 2 while we go through the rubble that was Nu-Cambridge Analytica, Russo Corp, and the mysterious prisoner 0496 who gave you all little powers when they brought you closer to the collective unconscious and also time looped a little bit. You know, Schema, Nu-Cambridge Analytica, she's interested in that. So that'll come back, believe it or not. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Thank you for bearing with the bullshit at the beginning of this whole situation. Hopefully there'll be less bullshit next time, but I know you're here for the bullshit. Thank you so much. I love you, and goodbye.